U.S.-China trade war escalates. What you need to know. The U.S.-China trade war is heating up again, with no end in sight. Let's break down what's happening and why it matters. Tensions began years ago, but recent tariffs and restrictions have pushed both economies to the brink. China has retaliated with its own tariffs, targeting key U.S. industries like agriculture and tech. Tech is at the heart of the conflict. The U.S. restricts chip exports, while China boosts domestic production. Supply chains are suffering. Prices for electronics, cars, and even groceries could rise worldwide. Negotiations have stalled. Both sides accuse the other of unfair trade practices. Experts warn this could lead to a global economic slowdown, if not resolved soon. But there's hope. Past disputes have shown compromise is possible when stakes are high. For now, businesses brace for impact. Consumers may need to adjust budgets. What's next? Will talks resume, or will the trade war escalate further? Stay tuned. Pennsylvania governor's residence set on fire. What we know so far. Breaking news. The Pennsylvania governor's residence was intentionally set on fire. Here's what happened. Authorities confirmed the fire was an act of arson. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. The governor and his family were not home at the time. The residence suffered significant damage. Police are treating this as a deliberate attack. Investigators are searching for suspects. The motive remains unclear. Officials say it's too early to determine if this was politically motivated. Security footage is being reviewed. Authorities are asking the public for any information. This isn't the first attack on a politician's home. We look at similar recent incidents. Security experts weigh in on how officials protect these high-profile residences. The governor has released a statement condemning the attack and thanking first responders. What happens next? We examine the investigation timeline and potential outcomes. How does this affect local politics? Analysts discuss possible repercussions. Stay tuned for updates on this developing story. Don't forget to like and subscribe for news alerts. RFK jurors autism claims. Debunk vaccine official speaks out. Controversy erupts as RFK juror faces backlash for spreading autism misinformation. A top U.S. vaccine official calls out RFK juror for giving families false hopes. Experts warn that unproven autism claims can harm vulnerable families. RFK juror continues to push anti-vaccine rhetoric despite scientific consensus. The outgoing official emphasizes the safety and importance of vaccines. Studies show no link between vaccines and autism. Why the myth persists? Families affected by autism share their frustration with misinformation. Medical professionals urge the public to trust evidence-based science. The dangers of celebrity-endorsed medical advice are becoming clear. How can we combat health misinformation while respecting parental concerns? The vaccine official's parting message: prioritize facts over fear. Stay informed with credible sources. Your family's health depends on it. Deadliest Russian strike in 2025, 32 killed in Sumy. What happened? Breaking news: a Russian missile strike on the Ukrainian city of Sumy has left 32 dead, marking the deadliest attack this year. The attack occurred early Sunday morning, catching residents off guard as explosions rocked residential areas. Local hospitals were overwhelmed as dozens of injured flooded emergency rooms in the hours after the strike. Ukrainian President Zelensky condemned the attack, calling it a deliberate act of terror against civilians. Sumy, located near the Russian border, has endured frequent shelling, but nothing of this magnitude in recent months. Rescue teams continue searching through rubble, with fears the death toll may still rise. The attack comes as Ukraine faces critical shortages in air defense systems amid stalled Western aid. World leaders have begun reacting, with the UN Security Council scheduling an emergency meeting. Locals mourn the victims at makeshift memorials as questions swirl about why Sumy was targeted. This tragic event underscores the ongoing brutality of the war as it enters its fourth year. Stay with us as we continue to update this developing story. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest. Wrongly deported? The shocking case of a man still detained in El Salvador. A man wrongly deported to El Salvador is still detained, despite the Trump administration confirming he's alive. This is his shocking story. The case came to light after NPR reported the Trump administration's admission to a judge. But how did this happen? The man, whose identity remains protected, was deported under unclear circumstances. His family claims he was never given a fair hearing. Immigration advocates say this case highlights systemic flaws in the deportation process. Many others may be in similar situations. The Trump administration's response has been criticized as inadequate. Legal experts argue more transparency is needed. El Salvador's detention conditions are notoriously harsh. Reports suggest the man may be facing extreme hardship. His legal team is fighting for his return to the U.S. But the process could take months, if not years. This case raises urgent questions about immigration policies and accountability. How many more are wrongly deported? Advocates are calling for immediate action. They demand a review of all recent deportations to prevent further injustices. The man's family remains hopeful but fearful. They just want him home. What happens next could set a precedent for future cases. The world is watching. Stay tuned for updates on this developing story. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth coverage. Trump's health report. White House doctor reveals shocking details! Breaking news! The White House doctor just released a stunning report on Donald Trump's health. Let's dive in! According to the report, Trump is in excellent cognitive and physical health. But what does this really mean? The examination was thorough, covering everything from memory tests to physical endurance. Here are the key findings. Trump scored impressively on cognitive tests, silencing critics who questioned his mental sharpness. Physically, the 78-year-old outperformed many younger individuals in stamina and strength tests. The doctor noted Trump maintains a rigorous fitness routine and strict diet, contributing to his health. This report comes at a crucial time as Trump prepares for his re-election campaign. Political analysts say this health report could significantly impact voter perceptions. Opponents remain skeptical, questioning the independence of the White House medical team. Medical experts weigh in on what these results mean for a man of Trump's age. Comparisons are being made to Biden's health reports. The age factor in this election is unprecedented. Trump's team is celebrating this report as proof of his vitality and readiness for another term. As the 2024 race heats up, health and stamina may become key campaign issues. What do you think about this health report? Drop your thoughts in the comments below! Don't forget to like and subscribe for more breaking political news and analysis. The SAV Act controversy. How it could disenfranchise married women. Voting rights groups are sounding the alarm about the SAV Act. But what is it? And why is it causing such concern? The SAV Act claims to protect election integrity, but critics say it could have unintended consequences. One major concern: the law could make it harder for married women to vote. Here's why. The Act requires strict name matching between IDs and voter rolls. But many married women still use their maiden names professionally. This creates a mismatch between IDs and voter records, potentially disqualifying their votes. Voting rights advocates say this disproportionately affects women, creating a new barrier to voting. Supporters argue the law prevents fraud, but opponents counter that the risk is minimal compared to the potential disenfranchisement. This isn't just theoretical. Similar laws in other states have already caused problems for married women voters. Civil rights organizations are preparing legal challenges, saying the law could violate voting rights protections. Meanwhile, election officials are scrambling to prepare for potential confusion at the polls. Voting rights groups are urging married women to check their registration details well before Election Day. This controversy highlights the ongoing tension between election security and voting access in America. What do you think? Should name matching requirements be relaxed to protect voting rights? Let us know in the comments.